Good morning. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. What a great Saturday. It's a bit chilly out there, but hey, what do we need? We're in a warm studio. My name's Adam Helfman, and this is Hire It Done. And for the first time, people who have just tuned in, we are the home improvement radio show that teaches you, the homeowner, how to fix, repair, or remodel everything within the four corners of your lot. Now, remember, I'm not a do-it-yourself show. However, I'm not anti-do-it-yourself. I'm just pro-do-it-for-me. And what does that mean? That means from the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage. And I want you to hire a contractor and have it hassle-free. What does hassle-free home improvement means? That if you go to Hire It Done, you use my advice, maybe use one of our contractors, we've reduced your risk of getting burned. Because in home improvement, everybody knows somebody that got burned getting a job done. Whether you're going to waterproof your basement, you have no idea who you're using. You want a roof that doesn't leak. You want the best window, which is the one that's installed properly. That's what you do. You go to Hire It Done. So today, we've got great advice. We've got great stuff going on the show. I have a very good friend of mine on the show today. In fact, everybody who comes on my show is a good friend. And we're going to be talking about musty, smelly, moldy, drenched basements. And how do you know if your water in your basement's leaking? Is it coming, you have rust leaking down the walls? You got a little white fuzzy powder in the corners of your basement. It's called efflorescence, in case you want to know. Is it a musty? You want to maybe take your basement and turn it to a lower level, but before you finish it, you got to make sure you're not going to spend all that money and make sure that the basement's not dry. So in studio today with me is Jeff Schleuning, and he is the owner of EverDry Basement Waterproofing. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
I'm awesome today. How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
I love having that. I love hearing that. So Jeff, since you're first time on the air here in Michigan, I mean, not in Michigan, in the new studios,
Yeah.
You've been on Hire It Done for how many years now?
Probably 15.
Yeah. We started in 05, so at least, almost no more than 15.
That's 20 then.
Yeah. This is 21 years in radio. Is that
well,
crazy?
then we've probably been 17, 18.
Easily. Yeah. And by the way, thank you. So just introduce yourself to the audience. Tell everyone what you do and who you are.
As Adam said, my name's Jeff Schleuning. I'm the owner of EverDry Basement Waterproofing. EverDry is part of the largest basement waterproofing company in the nation.
Yep.
We've been in Metro Detroit serving Detroiters for, it's going on 38 years in February.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's a
30,
long time.
Yeah, 38 years. I've been there since day one.
Yeah.
So what we do is we provide homeowners an education. We take an educational approach. We don't go into people's homes, put a tape measure on it, throw a price at them, and say, when do you want to get started?
Right.
We want people to make informed decisions. So we take an educational approach, teach them how homes are built, how they break, why they leak, what it causes, and all the the consequences associated with that. And then we offer them different solutions. There's more than one way to fix a basement, and we provide the homeowner all the information they need to make an educated decision, because we've learned over the last nearly 4 decades that the average person fixes their basement 3 times.
Ooh, really?
Because they try to take the easy, quickest, or they listen to the first guy that came in. And if you do it right the first time, it's the only time. And that's our goal with homeowners, education.
That's smart. So water can intrude into a basement in many areas of a house. You get calls, obviously, when people have water in their basements. What's the number one? Is it through the walls? It's from below? Where does it come from?
It's different. It's different all over the place. But there's basically only 3 pieces to a home, to a foundation. It's a footing, a wall, and a floor.
Okay.
All 3
leak.
Can
Equally,
leak.
probably?
Yeah. And usually what will happen is, water takes a path of least resistance, as you well know.
Is that why we have a Grand Canyon?
That's right. Exactly right.
Water always wins.
It does. And I don't want to insult your intelligence. I know I'm talking to you like you don't know this stuff, and I know you know it.
Well, here's the thing. We want to educate the listeners,
correct,
homeowners, because if they don't know, they don't know. And you and I, Hire It Done and EverDry, the brand, are the trusted source of information. People need to be getting information. They can go on YouTube, they can go on Google, they come to here. Right. We want to lead, not follow, right? Get out of the way. We're leading. So we got to give this information is the benchmark.
Right.
And you, in my opinion, are the benchmark.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So to answer your question, water can come in the wall, the footer, and the floor.
Okay.
All right. But what will happen is a homeowner might have a crack or two in the wall and they leak. And they say, okay, I just want to get a quick crack injection, which we do, can be done.
Sure.
But guess what happens? You stop it there, it's going to find somewhere else. So what will happen is if a homeowner has a lot of problems with their walls, they'll get the walls only taken care of. Next thing you know, they're going, why do I have a problem with my floor? Well, because the water's still there.
Yeah.
You just gave it somewhere else to go. So all three of those can leak.
Okay. So makes sense. Now, floor, footing, wall. Basement walls are block, poured concrete. I've seen brick.
Of
I've
course.
even seen wood, but majority are poured concrete or block.
Correct.
Which one leaks worse? Are those equal?
That's a loaded question. I don't think one leaks more than the other because if they're waterproof properly, it doesn't matter if it is made out of wood,
correct,
or insulated concrete forms or whatever else they're using to build a basement. So if it's waterproofed and protected, then none of them would leak. But I would say a block basement looks worse. When water gets into a block, blocks are very porous.
Correct.
So when water is in a block foundation, it really shows a lot of signs that there's a problem. So it's uglier on a block basement than a poured wall. Water comes in, hits the floor, you
get it.
That's it.
So poured basement walls leak usually through a rod hole, a crack, pressure.
Correct.
But also at the seam between the footing and the wall.
That is probably the number one.
Okay.
But, a homeowner will tell us, well, I've never had water there. Well, you won't until I fix all those cracks.
Correct.
Once I fix all those cracks, now where's the water going to go? And it's going to find that seam. That seam happens to be the weakest point of a foundation because concrete to concrete, wet concrete and dry concrete don't bond.
Never.
And they're all poured separately. Pour the footing, dries, walls, dry floor.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So when, by the way, the production builders, and I'm not singling them out, but when they do a production job and they got all these foundations going and then all these walls going in, the waterproofing, the outside waterproofing, the backfilling, there's a high risk of damaging the outside of the wall.
That's where it goes south.
And then 5 years later, after the warranty's expired on the big builder, the homeowner's like, oh my God, I got water intruding. Oh, you're out of warranty. And,
Correct.
So then there's different methods of waterproofing.
Right.
From the inside, from the outside, a combination of both. Sometimes it's about accessibility. Sometimes it's about cost. And homeowners don't know. So that's why they have to turn to you, the expert, to figure out, okay, if we go to if we have this leak, we'll let EverDry come over and inspect, and then you will write the prescription or the roadmap for the homeowner on here's what you need to do to solve this, and here's what we recommend getting it done, and here's how we can do it. Is that basically the simple way of saying that?
It is a simple way, but we form a solution based on what they want to accomplish. So it's, a homeowner who wants to finish would probably need to take more precautions than a homeowner who just wants to paint it and use it as a laundry room. Correct.
Okay.
So,
well, that makes sense. Okay. So homeowner calls you, they see water, they're watching this, they go in their basement, like, oh my God, I see water. Or it's got that. I've always had this musty smell. I've hanged these little things and it just doesn't go away. If you have a musty smell, but no signs of water, but it's a really strong smell, what do you recommend?
That musty smell is a sign of water.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's not visual. It's whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's if you can smell it, it's there.
Right.
There's and so it's possibly mold. Well, what causes mold? Well, water or moisture.
And food.
Right. So, a musty odor is a sign of water.
Okay. So if I have just a musty odor in my basement, I'll call you.
Absolutely.
Will you guys will come out? Do you have like a musty detector? Is there such a thing?
Obviously, first things first, we do a complete inspection of the basement, of the foundation, whether it's a crawl space or basement, inside, outside.
Sure.
We know where to look. And, and I don't say this out of arrogance, but 9 times out of 10, I'll go into someone's basement and I'll find something that they didn't know existed in their own home because I know where to look. I know what to look for. Okay. But to answer your question about a musty meter, no, I don't have a musty meter, but what we do have is an air quality monitor where we set it up.
Yep.
It takes a sample of the air. It actually sends it. Technology just blows my mind. It sends it via a cell tower to a lab on the West Coast. And in less than 30 minutes, we get a complete report back. It tells us the chemicals that are in the air, whether there's carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide,
Really?
humidity, temperature, all that stuff.
Can we do a video of that?
Well, it's just a little machine that sits on the floor. I could show you the report, when it comes back. It's pretty advanced.
Roberto, we got to document that. I like that.
What's cool though is it's independent. It's not EverDry saying
it's a real life. Now you have to pay for that.
Oh,
so
dearly.
it costs you money. Does the homeowner pay for that?
No,
So
no.
it's
We do
part
not
of-
charge the homeowner anything. If I did, our inspection with the air monitor, with the mold test, with all the stuff we do, the reports we leave and put together, it'd be a $500 to $750 inspection if I charged.
Oy.
But we don't. We don't. This is a service that we offer a homeowner, and we hope that when they do decide to take action, they choose us.
What's the phone number for someone to call EverDry?
586-698-3030.
Was there an 800 number?
There is 1-866-EverDry.
866 EverDry. That's why I wanted to make sure. I didn't know if I was going to say it right or wrong, but okay. So you've been doing this how many years now? 38?
38.
Wow. Do you know 96% of all contractors fail in the first 5 years?
Yeah. Every year we see 2 or 3 waterproofers go, 2 or 3 people who thinks they want to be waterproofers come in.
Yeah. So a little fact or information for the listeners. Jeff and I serve on the board of directors of the Better Business Bureau. You actually recruited me how many years ago now?
Probably
I think I'm
10 plus.
Yeah. So we've been on it for a while. And for everyone out there, 2 top complaints that homeowners have to the BBB. One of them, and they fight for first and second place. One of them is used car salespeople or process of used cars. And the second one is home improvement contractors, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we're trying to raise professionalism, so we see that.
I just don't think it's that hard. Do what you say what you do, and just do it.
Yeah,
right?
But people are unscrupulous. And so we're going to get into the why is that happening, why there's so many bad companies out there, and how we can raise professionalism and get better. And if someone wants their basement waterproofed, they'll go with a company that they know is not going to be something like that. So We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to break down the sales process, what kind of warranty, and what are the methods that you need to do for waterproofing your house properly so that's the last time there's ever an issue. So that's what we're going to do here. So my name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done. We're going to be right back. We're taking a break on 101 WRIF, everything that rocks. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. What a great Saturday morning. We've got Jeff Schleuning from EverDry. What is it? What's the official way? EverDry Waterproofing?
EverDry Waterproofing.
Okay. I was going to say like foundation and
No.
EverDry Waterproofing. Well, welcome back, my friend. And to everyone out there who's listening, if you have a question, you're a homeowner, you don't know if you have water coming in your house, text us at the Hire It Done text line 248-927-1985. Again, 248-927-1985. You can text us. If you want to see us in studio, go to your favorite social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're all over social media, YouTube Live right now. You can watch us in studio see Jeff and I. And if you have a question, we'd love to hear from you. Shout out to Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement, one of the top contractors in Metro Detroit, just blazing a trail. Lead follower, get out of the way. Brian Lee, leader. My friend Neil Rockheim, best criminal defense attorney in America, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know Neil, right?
I do know Neil.
Didn't you waterproof his house?
I did.
See that?
Now, I'm talking probably early 90s, long time
Yeah,
ago.
when he lived in Birmingham, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Great guy. One of my best friends.
Scares the crap out of me.
Right? And by the way, we got the Harley rocks on the studio. If you want to see, I got 2 custom little rocks there for his son Harley. We have, in honor of him, which is always the best.
Sure.
And so we want to do that. Now, there's a home show this weekend. Are you going to be there?
We are.
So so is it still called Suburban, or is it the Novi Home Show? Let's call it
It's
that.
a Novi Home Show, yeah.
And it's out in Novi. Just go to novihomeshow.com, which is the easiest way to get to figure out there. And a lot of the Hire It Done contractors there. Obviously, EverDry is there. you guys are going to be prominently displaying your stuff?
Yeah, we stop by, see us. We get a T-shirt from us. Our patented. Everyone loves it. We have a shirt that
Show
says
us your
how
crack.
Yeah, how big is your crack? Is
Oh,
what
how big is
not
your crack?
show us your crack. How big is your crack? So stop by the booth, see us, and get your how big is your crack T-shirt.
That's the best.
I got one on right now. Actually.
Yeah, everybody. How big is your crack? That's actually funny. I kind of like that. So anyways, and then there's a lot of hired done contractors. Koi Construction's there. They do Trex decking, the number one Trex decking installer contractor in Metro Detroit, rock stars. So I'm going to be heading out to the show after that.
So am I.
Oh, you are?
I'm leaving right from here and going there.
Yeah, I'm going to go there too and walk it. I like to meet everyone and just say hi to everyone.
You're going to stop by and see your face at our booth?
Do you still use it?
Yeah.
I'm fat in that picture.
Oh, well, I was fat in the one you posted on social media.
No way. You look great.
Come on. That was
Really?
like 60 pounds ago.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, we'll make a deal.
All right.
I'll get a new picture for you.
If I get a new picture for you.
Oh, I'll give you a new picture. I don't care.
Okay.
But I want you to it may cost you a little money because you have a whole setup there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll pay. Maybe we'll share the price. I just don't want to be like, Adam, what happened to you? I'm like, what do you mean? You're a little thin. I feel good now though. So, all right. So waterproofing your basement. I got a leak. I call you. I'm on the phone with EverDry. You guys ask, what kind of questions are you asking?
When they set up the appointment, very simple.
Yeah.
Name, address, phone number. What do you got going on down there? When do you notice it? How long has it been going on? Yeah. All right. And just a little bit about the house. How old is it? What kind of foundation, block, report? We get a little information. We find a date and time that's good for them. And then we send our inspector out to the home who does a complete, as I mentioned earlier, complete evaluation.
Does he walk the outside also?
Oh, yeah. Not only do we walk the outside, we actually will take a shovel and dig a little area
To see.
small, just to look at the waterproofing on the wall to see if it's still there.
Yeah.
Just a little, we test that. So yeah, we're walking around the outside, the inside. We're going, as we like to say, we go in, under, and behind.
In, under, and behind. That makes sense. And that's actually good. How thinking of the outside of a house, gutters, downspouts, how participatory are they in catalyzing or really making waterproofing worse?
It's very important. Okay. Drainage is paramount. Gutters they have a huge job. The issue you have is when water comes into a house,
Yep.
it's through a crack, through a hole, there's something there letting it in. So oftentimes homeowners will think, well, I'll just extend my gutters.
Sure.
That'll solve my problem. Well, guess what? The hole's still in the boat. So if there is enough water that lands next to the house, it's going to find that crack or that hole and still come in. So yes, getting the water away from the house is important, but it's not a solution to a problem that already exists.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. So the inspector shows up. He goes around the outside of the house, sees what he does, comes into the house, meets the homeowner. Homeowner says, let's go down and take a look. And he then inspects the basement.
Well, we start off with a like the phone call, we ask some basic questions. Before we go and inspect the basement, we'll sit down, not a long time, 5-10 minutes, and
Sure.
dig in a little deeper into what do you got going on? What do you want out of your basement? What are your goals? And then we start the inspection from there.
Okay. Typically, is an inspector at the house with the homeowner through the whole process? Are they there about hour and a half?
It depends. We tell a homeowner 60 to 90 minutes. Again, because we don't, I don't want to talk too much about this, but a lot of the competition is 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's measure, price, see you later. And where, the inspection itself is a good 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it takes 30 minutes to get the air monitor report back. But 60 to 90 minutes, and it'll all depend on how many questions they have and so on. But we'll stay as long as they want us there.
Okay. Makes sense. So now the water's there and it's one corner of the basement. The rest is dry, but that's the corner.
Sure.
Everyone agrees. Your inspector says, okay, here's the prescription to fix this. Now, I don't go to the automotive store and get one tire when I'm, I have a bad tire. I'm going to either replace them all, or you have to give me a really, really good reason not to.
Right.
Is that to do the whole basement? Can you just do parts, or what's your process?
You can do whatever you want. You're the homeowner. It's ultimately your decision.
Sure.
But at some point we want them to trust our 38 years of experience.
Correct.
I fix a corner, and next thing you know, 5 feet over, it's leaking again. And now I'm the bad guy. It never leaked there until you did this, right? Water moves. So, look at it this way. I think the number one thing that homeowners don't realize is that the original basement waterproofing that was done on the home when it was constructed is like the roof. If you're in a 50-year-old home, you're on your second or third roof, you still have the same waterproofing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a good analogy, actually.
Right. So if you had water coming from one corner of your ceiling on a 25-year-old roof, are you going to just fix one corner? Or are you going to get a new roof? Right? So we believe that if you want a permanent solution, never have a problem again, peace of mind and knowing you can do whatever you want down there. It's safe, clean, healthy. You can finish it. You need to do the whole thing or you'll never have that peace of mind because water will find another way.
It's interesting. Water always wins. That's why we have a Grand Canyon.
It doesn't beat me, though.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It doesn't beat me.
So that's a new way to add on to the quote. Glenn Hagee, may he rest in peace, was the ultimate do-it-yourselfer, knowledgeable guy.
Yeah.
And I had the maddest respect for him. He used to say water always wins. That's why we have a Grand Canyon. And it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Water always wins in your basement. But now, not against you.
No, because we know how they're constructed. We know how they break down. And we know how to fix it,
which is the best part. And I want to give a good analogy. You're right. Roofing business. If I have a roof leak, the roofer is going to say, yeah, I can repair it, but I don't guarantee the repair because 5 feet away, if it leaks, you're going to say it's me.
Right.
But
Same
Mrs.
thing.
Jones, I'm here. Your roof's 20 years old, 30 years old. Let's get a new roof. Now, financially, maybe it's a situation that
sure.
There are things that prevent someone from doing the whole job.
But eventually they're going to get a new roof.
They have to.
Right. And it makes more sense to do it. It's cheaper today than it is a year or two from now.
A roof today is 2 times the price than it was right at the end of COVID.
What?
Think about though.
Really?
Twice as much. I had contractors on Hire Done right around COVID were $300 to $400 a square selling price. Today, those same roofers are $600 to $1,000 a square. And then you see the guys on TV, they're over $1,000 a square for a new roof.
I think our prices in the last 5 years haven't even gone up 10%.
Well, there's the thing about a new roof and the thing about waterproofing. It's not sexy.
It's not
a
fun
necessity.
Money. It's not fun money to spend.
It's not fun. You have to do it. Now, there are some studies I read in the past that if you waterproof your basement and it's fresh, the value of your house goes up.
Absolutely.
Right?
People don't want to buy a problem. So you got 2 houses for sale next to each other.
Right.
Priced comparatively. Maybe the one that leaks might be a little cheaper, but homeowners don't want to buy a home and then go in and start having to deal with contractors to fix it up. I mean, unless it's a fixer-upper, of course.
And that's the thing. Dealing with contractors is never easy. If you're not prepared, then you have a problem.
Right. We called you 3 weeks ago for some advice on that.
Well, thank you. Did it help?
It did help. It was a big time help. Yeah.
I love that. And by the way, for everyone out there listening, if you need a contractor, just visit hireitdone.com. You want to have waterproofing estimate, you want your basement dry for forever, you just call EverDry. 866 EverDry is their phone number. Jeff Schleuning, 38 years in the business. Like Brian Lee, Metro Home Improvement, 40 years in the business. All my contractors are veterans, the benchmark cream of the crop contractors, and they're solution minded because look, we all know the best companies out there, there's always a headache. More than half the problems that are in home improvement now are homeowner related.
Oh, of course.
I was on YouTube and read this 3-minute video of a guy in Minnesota, and he said this is the right way to do it, and you did it the other way.
Right.
He's the expert.
Right. Well, it's just like coaching kids. It's the kids are never the problem. It's the parents, right?
I got thrown out of the kids' little league baseball league.
How come I'm not surprised?
I was the anti-parent. I wasn't the one with the clipboards and the, this and that. When I was, a quick side story, right? I was the coach.
Tangent.
My son Max was 8 years old, the first thing with the pitch when they off the T-ball. The next one, he was like maybe 9 or 10. And all the fathers or parents, had to be the coach one game.
Right.
So I decided when I'm the coach, it's my rules. I'm the coach. So I brought all the boys in and I'm like, all right, guys, here's the deal. Win or lose, we're going to Buddy's and we're getting Dairy Queen. And you can order anything you want. That's the goal. But our strategy today is the minute you get on first base, You just start running and don't stop until they call you out or till you get to home base. And that was it.
Did you win?
After the first inning was 17-0, right? And so third inning, timeout, the umps, the other team, the coaches, and we were playing the guys with the clipboards and the iPads and the this and the that, everyone with the high socks, me, I'm wearing jeans,
Gucci,
Gucci, designer 100%,
Gucci
right?
jersey.
100%. And so they're like, Adam, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm winning. This isn't a participation crap. We're here to beat you guys. And then they're getting mad, right? And my team, the boys are loving it. They only played like 5 or 6 innings at the time. Fifth inning, it's like 37-15, right? They call the game.
Mercy.
Yeah, right. We're all winning. We go right to buddies.
Ice cream.
Yeah, everything. The kids had the best game ever. Next day, I get a call from the league president or whoever. Hey, Mr. Helfman. Yeah, man, what's up? He goes, we have a little situation. What? Apparently you caused a little uproar. I go, yeah. I go, well, what? He goes, well, that's not how we play. I go, that's how I played. And you guys made the rule that every parent had to be a coach. And that was my choice. And I'm in charge. And you don't like it? He goes, we don't like it. I go, okay, so what are you going to do about it? He goes, well, we're respectfully asking you not to come back. Nice. I got kicked out of the league. I'm like, fine. See you later, alligator. So I'm like, Max, we have a badge of glory. What's that? He goes, we got kicked out of the league. He goes, oh, what? I go, don't worry. We then pivoted to Pokemon. So now I became the Pokemon dad, Poke Daddy, they called me. And we would do all these Pokemon tournaments. And that's, the history. My kid now is like one of the best Poke guys around.
So you got kicked out of Little League for being a winner.
Well, basically, yeah.
Okay.
But to this day, some of the moms, some of the dads, and some of the kids who are now 25 years old.
That was the greatest
Mr.
game.
Helfman, we love that. You showed everyone, and that changed my life, and thank you for ordering all the pizzas.
It's about making memories,
right?
With these kids. So
that's
good.
That's exactly what happened. Now, am I right? I don't know, but I did it. I don't regret it. There are people like, that's unethical. That's this. That's it. Okay, fine. And if I affected your kidneys in therapy, there's Lexapro for that.
Oh,
Xanax or whatever it is. I'm sorry. It is, that's just life.
Sure.
So anyways, I digress.
I digress with you.
It's home improvement, right? So here we are now. Homeowners need a good contractor. They want to reduce their risk. They need someone they trust. Why not use who I say or we say? Because I've done the research. I've been in this business over 3 decades.
A homeowner that I fixed, we opened in 1988.
Yeah.
The homeowner that we did in 1988, if they have an issue in their basement, they call, and we're still here 38 years later to service them.
Now, when you do a basement waterproofing job, whether it's a whole job or not, what is the warranty?
Well, are you asking
the whole
industry
job?
Or me?
No, EverDry.
EverDry. We warranty the walls. If we did the whole job, we warranty the whole basement. So if there ever is water in that basement after I do it, it's my problem, right? It's something that we cover. So as long as it's not coming through a window or a broken pipe, obviously, but if it's coming through the wall, footing, and floor, that's on me. And we warranty it for the life of the home, regardless of ownership.
So that's okay. So if I list my house, had you waterproofed 15 years ago, I can tell the homeowner, not only is it been waterproofed, because, homeowner's disclosure,
sure,
but the warranty carries forward. All you got to do is register it with you, and then it continues on.
Homeowner after. I looked at a house recently that we had waterproofed, and I think it was like 7 homeowners removed from the customer.
Okay.
There's still a warranty on it. It's still covered.
Oh, there you have it. So that's good.
I don't warranty the person.
No.
I warranty the house.
And the work.
Yeah, right.
Is there any new technology that's been in the industry? It's the same. Is waterproofing today, in my opinion, is there any like new electronic things or?
Yeah, there is a little. At the end of the day, it's still pipe, gravel, concrete. That's never going to change, at least. But like we even have it. There are some pumps that can be monitored with your smartphone.
Okay.
So if the pump goes out, you get an alert.
So I have a sump pump problem. Does EverDry help with that too?
Yeah, we're the only basement waterproofing company that warranties that mechanical part forever.
Mhm.
So I don't care if it's a high water table. I don't care if I have to put in one pump every 5 years or 5 pumps every year. It's covered. And you think about that, to call a plumber, and there's a lot of great plumbers out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've referred me to one that I really like, by the way.
Shelby?
Yeah, Shelby.
Ron Alexander.
Yeah, Shelby's a good
He listens
company.
every weekend.
Yeah, he's a
Shout out to Ron.
Yeah, I refer him all the time because but anyhow, to have a plumber come out and change a sump pump, it's probably $700-800. God forbid if it's after 6 at night or on a weekend, it's probably double that.
Oh yeah.
Whereas call me, come out, put it in.
So let's talk about sump pumps really quick. The triple sump, the this, that, we're going to get to you against the other people. We won't mention other contractors' names because, as you and I know, being in the industry so long, every year we would talk about, hey, did you see this guy? He went out. Did you see that guy? He changed one word on his company. Now he's a new name, and back and forth.
Well, I never have made it part of what I do to knock my competition.
Yeah, we don't knock it. You just talk about how great you are, and everyone else is behind you.
As arrogant as this is going to sound, I don't believe we have competition. We have competition to get the lead, competition to get the customer. But once I'm in the home, nobody does what we do.
Correct.
So how can you, if you're the only Ford dealer in town, I mean, you can go out and buy any other kind of car, but if you want a Ford, you got to get it from me, right? So we do what other waterproofers don't do. So in my mind, once I'm in the home, there is no competition.
And you're not the most expensive.
No.
There are guys that are, again.
We're in the middle.
Yeah. You're never the highest, you're never the lowest. You're always in the middle, which I love.
Correct.
And you're solution minded. You come out there and you look to solve it. You're not looking to just do a quick hit, quick repair. You're solving the problem for
most
homeowners.
People don't have if you've ever owned a home or 2 or 3, a little bit about roofs, windows, and a new driveway is going to run me $15,000. You got to have an idea.
Sure. Nobody
has an idea what basement waterproofing costs. They've never bought it. They've never shopped for it. They've never researched it. And so they have no idea. And it could go as low as $400 or $500 to have a crack injected to $50,000. Wow. And that's why that education process that we provide is so darn important.
Do you offer financing?
We do. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes,
because it's not. Again, pricing on everything is so expensive.
Sure.
So and that's the problem, folks. That's why it's so important to hire a pro that knows what he's doing. You never want to pay twice. That's the bottom line.
And they do, and they pay twice and 3 times and sometimes 4 times. It's sad.
Unbelievable.
It's sad.
So yeah, you get it. You're totally on. We're talking with Jeff Schleuning from EverDry Waterproofing. 866 EverDry's the phone number. Been in business 38 years.
Correct.
Wow.
I started as a telemarketer.
Really?
With that company. Yeah. A month after it opened.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Is it a franchise?
It is.
Do you still have to pay franchise fees and all that? And a franchise FDD?
No, a royalty.
Okay. No big deal.
No big deal.
What's your outlook for 2026?
Well, our business is weather driven.
Okay.
And this past year was quite dry.
Yeah. It was.
So, that obviously makes a difference in our industry, But, they say it's going to be a lot of snow this winter. It's going to be a wet spring. So we're gearing up and getting ready.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying.
So, but we do go year round. We're installing right now. We're servicing right now. We're selling right now. We do it year round. Always have.
I had a window that was leaking. I said, you know what? I'm going to put an egress window in this opening. Mm-hmm. I put the egress window in and it was still leaking. Mm-hmm. And it's coming across the brick ledge and then hitting the side of the window, then coming down and then coming through.
Sure.
Even though I spray foam insulated, I have to dig the outside. I haven't done that yet.
Egress windows, I love them because and they're necessary. It's safety of the concept is amazing. It's like once that window goes in, it's like inviting water. It's awesome.
Well, I put it in to prevent the leak, or not to prevent, but to fix the leak. Mm-hmm. So, no, I'm going to be, and I made it worse.
Sure.
Figures. And I've got
kind of like coaching baseball. We made it worse.
Yeah, exactly. But again, now I have to get it. But you know what else caused it? I have years and years and years of mulch every year. Oh, mulch. I have like 18 inches of mulch now. I have to dig it back.
Holds water.
I have to scrape it off my foundation this spring. And then I'm going to address my waterproofing issue and then push it back.
These are little things that homeowners just aren't aware of. They put these bushes and shrubs so close to the house. Well, guess what? They need water to grow. They attract water. Right. And so you're just pulling water and moisture towards the foundation.
So a landscaper needs to know that you got to keep it back
a little. Yeah, keep it back a little bit.
And I think that's pretty cool and pretty smart about that. So if I'm thinking about getting waterproofing, it's January. I should call you now.
Right now. If you want to beat this, if you want to beat the spring range, well, feast or famine. So right now, you call me if you choose to do business with us. We could probably have that job installed in 2-3 weeks. Right?
Oh, really good.
You wait till the spring when the phones are blowing off the hook, then it could be a heck of a lot longer. A few months, the backlog could be.
Let's say we have a heavy rain. In Michigan, we do. Is it smart? Is it right for me to think that, let's say on Tuesday we have a bad rain, you're starting to get calls Wednesday or Thursday, right? Because people are like, oh my God, we had this big rain and then water. So is it right away or is it mostly like a couple of days later?
It depends. Some basements it's right away. Some basements it's the next day. It depends. Soil, if it's a heavy clay content, it takes a little bit of time to get in. But
okay, makes sense. So, let's give the listeners a couple tips right now on what to avoid when, we've been propagandized for years on getting 3 bids.
Sure.
And they hear us today and they're like, okay, I'm having EverDry come up. But a couple other ones on our TV you've seen, and private equity bought some of these ones. And, and I get complaints about other companies. And I said, they're not part of Hard Done, but I'd be more than happy as a professional in the industry to reach out and say, hey, can you help solve the issue? I'd like to give homeowners some tips on what to avoid if what questions to ask, and then maybe what are warning signs that they're not being told on what they do. But we're going to take a quick break before we do that, so I can make this easily for you. So can we get a break now or okay? So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, 3 tips for homeowners on the red flags of other contractors that you don't know they're really tricking you. So keep it locked in here, folks. My name's Adam Helfman. This is Hire It Done on 101 WRIF. Everything that rocks. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Jeff Schleuning from EverDry Waterproofing in studio. We're having such a great conversation today. Obviously, folks, if you have issues in your basement, musty smell, water intrusion, you're not sure, you got to call EverDry. They'll come out. It's a free inspection. And it's definitely an education, because that's the way they sell. They educate the homeowner, and then you as the homeowner decide, yeah, you know what? Oh my God, I didn't realize this. I better get this done. So Jeff, homeowners, we've all said we got to get 3 bids. You're one of them. You come in with the best credentials. Obviously, you've got, the experience there, but you're fighting against corporate or big name companies that are private equity owned, and the home office is 3, 4, 5 states away.
Correct.
I like medium-sized family-owned businesses. I want homeowners to feel the relationship, the communication, not some operator that says, "Well, let me, do this and right. And then."
Well, they're profit-driven.
Right.
They're not quality or customer service-driven. Private equity comes in, they see an opportunity to make money, so they buy these. Companies that appear to be local. They used to be locally owned and operated, but no longer.
Okay.
Right. And so now, they're calling a company that's, like you said, 3 or 5 states away. And that's fine and dandy till you need warranty work, until something goes wrong. And now you have to jump
through hoops.
Send a video. They'll even go as far as if you have a problem after the install, you call them up, you go out, and if it turns out not being something that was related to them, it was a leaky pipe or something, they bill you. They charge you for that service call to come out. It's insanity to me.
So do you guys educate the homeowner when you're in the home to say, listen, I know you're going to get other prices, and it's actually smart to get other prices. Watch out for this. And it's the end of that. Or do you just want to more say, let's solve the problem. Let's fix you.
We focus on ourselves, not on the competition. Smart. Look at our credentials. Look at our Google rating. Look at our 5 stars. I mean, we didn't get to be where we are beating on other companies, right? I mean, we want to educate. Well, they're going to see the difference after they have us out. When that guy comes in, throws a tape on it, and says that'll be 22 grand. Let's go. Let's do this. And they don't even know 22 grand for what.
Well, that's the thing. Is it? Some people have called me up and say, "Hey, I want to waterproof my basement. What is it a lineal foot?"
There's a lot of again.
Builder, how much you build your house per square foot?
Right. Well, it depends on the options you choose, right?
Right.
I mean, but
do you feel like your process is the most comprehensive?
Oh, by far.
So let's talk about the symptoms.
Okay.
Homeowners, they think it's a little musty, which you reminded me, and it is true. A musty basement is water. That's a problem. What are other things?
Well, I would love for homeowners to understand that water is the kind of the end result. That's the last thing that happens. Don't wait for the water. Look for the warning signs, and I'll cover those real quick, but look for the signs that tell you that the water's there. I go into people's basements, they're cracked, there's mold, the paint's peeling, it stinks, and they go, "But Jeff, it doesn't leak." And I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's it's leaking. It's not coming on the floor.
Sure.
So you have to look for those signs that tells you that water or moisture is there. Peeling paint, odors, bugs, rust, dry rot, mold, mildew, cracks. All these things tell you that something's going on. And again, I use a lot of analogies. If you're sitting in your living room and you look up and there's a stain on the ceiling, 100 out of 100 people aren't going to wait until it leaks. They're going to go, "Oh my gosh, there's a stain. I got a problem."
Right.
But I don't know what the deal is, why that concept doesn't apply to the basement, but it doesn't leak. Those signs tell you, we call them warning signs for a reason. Those signs tell you that water's there, even though you've never seen it before.
Okay. And if you're unsure, folks, just give Jeff a call, 866 EverDry. It's pretty simple. And you are at the Novi Home Show today.
We are. Yeah.
Okay. So the Novi Home Show out in Novi opens up at 10 today, 10 to 5, I think it is.
No, it's Saturday.
Yeah,
it might be till 8 or.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's just say 10 to 5.
Don't wait that late. Go now.
Yeah, go now. I'll be there. I'm going to go walk around and see everyone. Tomorrow it's open.
Yep.
10 to 5 again. Yeah. So you can actually go there and see, and then call you 866 EverDry. If you
pick up your "How big is your crack" T-shirt.
How big is your crack T-shirt? I like that. I should wear that on the show one day.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know. It's
I got to get you one that's fitted well. You're all skinny and everything.
No, just give me. I'll have my tailor. In fact, by the way,
you're gonna alter a T-shirt, right?
Why not? I've done that before.
You're gonna pay $30 to alter a $3 T-shirt.
If it was $30, I would gladly pay that. But the guy I use. But by the way, I just had a bunch of belts redone. I went to Frank's shoe repair. That guy's a rock star, like literally. You can't even tell they were. My belts were readjusted or whatever you want to call it. They look brand new. I love it.
I buy the belts now that don't have holes. They just click, 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 click.
No, now I wear Red Vanley.
Oh my God.
Do you like Red Vanley?
I
these are Red Vanley.
A buddy was beating on me. You got to get a pair. Got to get. And finally, I caved in. They're the greatest pants I've ever.
Do you remember Sansa
worn.
belts?
Yeah, I do.
Red Vanley. They're the modern Sansa belt because there's no button.
Dude.
Red Vanley, you pull them up and they stretch.
I can just see those Sansa belt pants. That's
right.
That's funny.
My Zadie wore them. Yeah, that's those guys. The mob wore those.
Oh yeah,
they were those Sansa belt kings.
I remember there would be the suit with no belt.
yeah, right.
The suit pants with no belt.
We live in the past. I can't help myself. What's old is new again.
Right, right.
So
I wish this show was 3 hours long. We could do it.
We are growing. And by the way, for anyone out there who's a contractor, if you want to grow your business this year, HireDone's actively looking for a landscape contractor. We have room for another brick paving contractor. But every other category is pretty much full. We're having a great time. If you want to grow your business, if you're a 5-star contractor, you've been in business at least 5 years, we do a comprehensive background check on you. And so that way, the goal here is homeowners get hassle-free home improvement. That's what we do.
But you do the work for them. You check us out.
Yeah, of course.
You came to job sites.
Yeah, we
to
have
make sure I did everything I said we do.
Right.
And you kind of put me through the ringer a little bit, but you're doing the work so the homeowner doesn't have to.
Right. And you know what? You've done dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs with me.
Mm-hmm.
the situations are endless. There's been zero like problems like bad workmanship. We've had a couple kooky homeowners.
We had one in particular.
Remember her?
Yeah.
Oy. I'm gonna expose her on the Hire It Done Dark Edition.
Yeah.
We have the hiredone.com for contractors, but then there's the Hire It Done Dark Editions where you can hire hitmen.
No, we need to
hookers.
be able to. The contractors need to be able to give the homeowners a rating.
Well,
right?
that's the Homeowner from Hell website.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Which we have, and we'll be getting there soon. But my point is, do it right or don't do it right.
Correct.
And I basically come down to like 3 words, okay? That every contractor, if you could follow these 3 words, and they're in different categories, but you'll be a winner. If you communicate with your homeowner, you're a winner. It's okay to say no. It's okay to do things for the homeowner, but communicate. Biggest thing I have complaints from homeowners is that he doesn't call back. It's been 3 days, no one called me. What's going on? Communication.
Right.
That's the nucleus of home improvement.
It's the nucleus to everything. It's the
Correct.
nucleus to marriage. It's the nucleus to any relationship.
Exactly.
Right.
But I'm emphasizing that in home improvement. And the other thing, and this is me, and I know you subscribe to this, you must be solution minded.
Absolutely.
And what does that mean, homeowners? Being solution minded, and I know EverDry is. I know Brian Lee from Metro Home Improvement is. I know Veronica Simmons is. I know all my contractors, Coy, solution minded. When there's a problem on the job, contractors that are solution minded say, Mrs. Jones, we have a problem, but we also have the solution.
Our goal is to not have problems.
Well, of course.
And do all that communication up front, right? And so there's no confusion. And we do use technology. There's everything we do is documented.
Correct.
Right.
You have the video, and that's the best part about AI today. We'll get that another day, but is the documentation.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have a crystal ball.
No.
Do you have X-ray vision?
I do not.
Okay, so when you bust up that floor and you see that the floor was only 2 inches and it's supposed to be 4, or the footing was 8 inches higher than it's supposed to be,
right?
And no wonder it was installed wrong and it took this long to come through.
Sure.
That's not your fault.
Nope.
But to fix it and do it right, because you didn't see it, you need to saw cut it here. We need to re-pour it here. There's a little bit of an extra charge. However, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Homeowner, here's what we found, but here's the solution.
I have to say this, Adam. You're going to think I'm nuts.
Go
you
ahead.
Really are going to think I'm lying to you. 38 years. I ran the installation department for 9 of those 38 years. So
Right.
I've been in
dirty.
thousands and thousands of basements. We have never gone back and asked a customer for more money.
Okay.
You
found chargeable offenses, but you didn't charge.
No, because the job changed. I mean, there can be problems, but we
Always
we generally avoid them, right? Because we know what we're doing. But more often than that, I don't go to a homeowner and say, hey, we thought you were going to only have 4 cracks and you have 9, so that's going to be more money. No, we don't do that. Bad news is you have more cracks than we thought, because the cracks start from the outside, work their way in, right?
Sure.
So we can't tell how many there are. We estimated 4, there were 9. Bad news is there's 9. Good news is we're fixing them and it's not going to cost you an extra penny.
Even better.
Great.
But you'll make the homeowner aware of that.
Of course.
Do you document that? Okay, we're paid to fix 4, but we fixed 9, no charge.
Right.
Still the same warranty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's why we've been around 38 years.
Solution-minded and communication. That's the key.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
I agree.
And I think, and I appreciate that. So that's cool. So don't forget, you're going to be at the Novi Home Show. If you are interested in getting your basement waterproofed, a free estimate, and you want, listen, it's one of those crazy days today. Go out, get out of the house, go to the Novi Home Show, kick the tires. You'll see Jeff's team at EverDry there. You're working today?
I am going right from here.
All right, I'll see you there then.
Right. And I have my how big is your cracked shirt on underneath. I'm ready to roll.
I loving that.
So people do like that.
I do too.
Tagline. It's pretty good.
Well, why wouldn't it be? It's, you know what? It adds some humor to a very anxiety,
Occasionally we get that person
Uh-huh.
who goes, that's disgusting.
How could you do that? Yeah, I understand that. I mean, we're never going to please everyone.
Nope.
And I understand that. and that's okay.
Well, if I could get any message out, it would be,
Please, yeah.
give us a shout. If the inspection's free, it doesn't cost you anything. It does cost a little bit of time, because what we're not going to do is just run in and run out. We take the time to learn about the causes, and you'll get a permanent solution. That's the whole point.
Is the sales process different today than it was 38 years ago?
The technology is different. The stuff
Okay.
we use, the apps, and
Sure.
but no, it's go in, treat people right, treat them honestly, and
How will AI impact your business?
I don't know yet.
Is it
It's
going to
a
replace
little-
your installers?
Pardon me?
Will it replace
Never.
your installers?
I wish it could carry heavy buckets of gravel up and downstairs,
Well,
but
that's
it
the one thing
can't.
people don't realize. It's a messy job. Those 5-gallon buckets from Home Depot, they are used.
Hardcore.
And how many hoarders do you run into when you go in the basement and you're like, how am I going to clean this up?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah. You'll need about a year to clean this out, and then
All right.
we'll come in and we'll get it.
Jeff Schleuning, EverDry Waterproofing, 866 EverDry. Jeff, I want to thank you. See how fast that hour goes? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Wow, it's quick.
Appreciate you coming on the show today.
And I thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
I appreciate the relationship.
I do
You know.
too. It's been good.
Better Business Bureau Board of Directors, guys, a rock star. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Don't forget, if you're a contractor, you want to grow your business, come to Hire It Done. I want to talk to you. And if you're a homeowner and you want hassle-free home improvement, visit hireitdone.com. You get the best contractors, and you get me. Okay. And if you don't like me, then
Everyone
hey,
likes you.
yeah, not everyone, but
Okay.
it's okay. We're good though. So I
I
appreciate
still
you, and I
do.
want to thank you. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, it's a love-hate. No, kidding. Anyways, thanks for tuning in again every Saturday here on WRIF 101.1, Everything That Rocks. I'll see you next week.